here to make sure that any Virginian who wants a job has a job and does not be taken, from one of those vulnerable citizens to a blue-collar worker who the Democratic Party pretty much is written off.
Yeah, good morning, Matt, and I appreciate the question. And I think one of the things that you just mentioned that people need to realize is that immigration is primarily a federal issue. And, I have been saying all along that we need comprehensive immigration reform, and that has to start in Washington. And to your point, I mean, when we have, people here that are illegal, it does take jobs away from other folks. And so this is something that needs to be addressed. And I'm not trying to kick the can down the field, as we say, but I think your attention needs to be toward the federal, your congressmen, your senators, and tell them it's time to do comprehensive immigration reform, and then it would be much easier on us at the state level to deal with what we're dealing with.
Matt, appreciate that phone call. Joe is holding. Joe, you're on the air with Virginia's governor. Hi, Joe.
Good morning. Are you aware that those 3 hostages held by North Korea are on their way back home?
Joe, we've got a lot going on, and I don't have access to the media right now, so I was not aware of that. But if they are headed home, I'm pleased for them and their families.
Okay. I was wondering if you'd like to take the opportunity of this forum to congratulate the president, seeing as it's obviously because of his behaviors and actions that they have been released.
You know what, Joe, if he's responsible for this, and I'm sure it's probably a team effort, a lot of diplomacy involved, but, we have to give credit where credit's due. And as I said, if we're bringing these folks home to this great country of ours, then I commend those that are responsible for it.
It's just impossible for a Democrat to say something simple and straight and positive about President Trump, isn't it? It's like a genetic thing.
Joe, now, I appreciate you being on the phone. I was up in Washington a few weeks ago. I had a great conversation with President Trump. We talked about infrastructure. I talked about our interstate projects in Virginia, specifically I-81 that we need help with. I talked about our ports, that we want to dredge our channels to 55 feet. So, obviously, Joe, there are things that we agree on and that we work on. We're not going to agree on everything, but, I'm a person that I'm open-minded. And, again, I was up in Washington working on behalf of Virginia with our president. And so regarding infrastructure and some of the things we talked about, good things are happening.
I appreciate the call.